Hello everyone and welcome to my ABCGH Spoilers channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As Drew, is Cameron Matt going to leave General Hospital? Here are the facts. Forget the rumors. After a Google search result about Cameron Matt's position with the program prompted an AI-generated assertion, which was then shared on social media, that the actor was in fact bidding goodbye to Port Charles. Rumors that he was quitting General Hospital have been going viral. In actuality, though, Matt is staying at GH despite the recent decline in his health brought on by Willow, his wife, who uses a syringe. Who can you put your trust in? A Google AI summary frequently shows up at the top of the page when you type a search query into Google. Matt's departure from the serial opera appears to be confirmed by a screenshot of one of those summaries that a GH fan shared on Twitter or X. However, the AI result used false information from multiple sources to arrive at the wrong conclusion. First, it states that Cain recently departed Port Charles after a dramatic storyline involving a prison sentence and emotional farewell scenes. Drew was sentenced to prison for insider trading back in the summer of 2023. And as viewers are well aware, there haven't been any emotional farewell scenes because the character is still very much on the canvas and involved in a major front-burner storyline after Willow, who was recently revealed to be responsible for his September 2025 shooting. The AI summary continues by mentioning his final scenes airing in January 2026 and marking an end to his 3-year run on the popular soap opera. In addition to the fact that his final scenes have not yet been aired, GH viewers are aware that Matt joined the show back in August 2021, meaning he has actually been on for more than 4 years, not 3. When we asked Google if Matt was leaving GH, we received a similar confirmation of the actor's departure, albeit with slightly different false information. According to our search result, he had already left the soap opera and was still hosting Beat the Bridge, a game show that hasn't been confirmed to be coming back for a 3rd season. The actor had been portraying Drew for 3 years. According to this outcome, Matt does occasionally take time off from filming GH to work on other projects like Beat the Bridge or his Great American Family films. The actor is currently promoting GAF's 2026 schedule of shows with a media tour. However, Digest has been informed by reliable sources that Matt is not expected to leave the show anytime soon. It's usually better to rely on Google's links when conducting an online search, especially ones that point fans to reliable news sources like Soap Opera Digest. You are unable to determine whether the information is from a trustworthy source because the AI summaries do not disclose the source of the information. Additionally, the AI reports on Matt's departure from GH show that they are frequently highly deceptive. GH spoilers for Friday, January 23. Emma freaks out. Britt demands something. And Ava interrupts. Friday, January 23, General Hospital spoilers and updates hint to Emma Scorpio Drake's concerns. Ava Jerome's interruption and Carly Spencer's explanation. In addition, Anna Dean battles hallucinations, Harrison Chase discusses the future, and Britt West asks questions. Carly explains that when Jason Morgan interrupted a heated disagreement between Carly and Britt at Bobby's, Carly told him that Britt had sought a fight. Jason appears perplexed. Carly and Jason are unaware that dishonest WSB director Ross Collum made threats against Britt. Britt had complained to Carly about her room being better than Bobby's, explaining that she was experiencing issues with cooking smoke and other things. Carly gives Jason her side of the story after the two got into a heated dispute. Britt has inquiries despite the fact that their romance has only just begun. Britt teases Jason with inquiries, probably in an attempt to come up with solid reasons to end their relationship. She makes a valid argument when she asks Jason, who comes first, Carly or herself? Sonny Corinto simply accepted the fact that Carly and Sonny were a trio throughout the entirety of their marriage. Carly is the one who refuses to accept Jason's want to be with Britt, and she also refused to accept him when he initially started dating Sam McCall. At Windmere, Ava interrupts Jocelyn Jacks, who is most likely prying. While waiting for Lucas Jones, Jocelyn can still find herself spying a little bit even after Jack Brennan disabled her for her own safety. Seems like maybe I interrupted something. Ava remarks to Jocelyn. Will Jocelyn devise a plausible cover story, or will Ava keep this to herself? Lucas might interrupt the interrogation and Marco Rios might accompany him. Back at the Quartermain home, Chase converses with Brooklyn Quartermain Chase about the future. He informs her that he believes it's time for them to concentrate on adopting. When it was revealed that Gio Palmieri was indeed Brooklyn's son, they tabled the conversation. But since then, the mother and son's connection has improved. Will Chase's work be riskier now that he's been demoted to beat cop? Will that even come up when they talk about starting a family? Emma's concerns. Emma and Gio are discussing Emma's concerns over Anna with Nathan West at the police station. Emma informs Nathan that she is beginning to believe that her grandmother is in danger and her expression is filled with worry. Emma's words seem to worry Nathan a lot. But will he be able to assist? He might need to consult someone above him about this. However, could Nathan be more complicit in this than he would ever acknowledge? Anna fights hallucinations. Meanwhile, Anna seems to be in her cell beneath Windmere Castle, even though Pascal is purportedly in France to attend to something. As she battles her thoughts of Caesar Faison, it's clear that she's battling hallucinations or something. However, is she perceiving someone as someone else such to the time the nurse gave her a phlebotomy and she mistook them for Lisa? Or is the picture she sees a hologram from a projector and she is actually pursuing ghosts? In any case, Anna says, "This is not happening. You're not here." In response to what she observes, Mom Cynthia Watt-Rose receives a crimson surprise from Caitlin McMullen of General Hospital. It's reasonable to question whether the lovely and compassionate nurse would ever return to her innocent ways even while Dark Willow is rising on General Hospital. It's also easy to wonder if Willow and her mother Na will continue to grow closer or if Nina will start to suspect Willow of causing Drew's stroke. Their bond appears to be just as strong off-screen. Recently, one of Watt-Rose's followers surprised Cynthia Watt-Rose with a present from Caitlin McMullen. A video of McMullen escorting Watt-Rose to her desk on the Crimson set and informing her she has a gift for her was posted on General Hospital's official social media pages. When they arrived, McMullen showed her TV mom a little model of Nina's crimson desk, grinning charmingly as Watt-Rose recognized it. Willow and Nina from General Hospital are all grinning off-screen. According to McMullen, it was a belated birthday present for Watt-Rose that was brought from outside but was delayed in customs. September 2nd is Watt-Rose's birthday. McMullen informed her that Brittany, a fan, had sent the gift. Watt-Rose picked up the replica after appearing to identify the name, grinning and exclaiming about the dedication and attention to detail that went into creating the one-of-a-kind present. What? Rose praised the fans' attention to detail and gushed as she pointed out every aspect that matched the actual crimson desk she was standing at. She discussed the computer, the chair, the red folders and notebooks on her desk and the pen's hue. In part, Watt-Rose remarked, "Look at the cutest little desk. I really appreciate it. I'm overjoyed that we have it at last." Yes. Watt-Rose then gave the fan a kiss. Expand post. A lot of General Hospital fans commented on the gift's cuteness and adorableness on Instagram right away. Many thought that Watt-Rose would save the gift on the actual Crimson set and use it as an Easter egg in the background of General Hospital. Among them was the Instagram user LHWWW14 who elaborated, "Please put this on the set in her scenes. This is incredible. It's really hard to hate Na and Willow when they make cute videos like this," commented GHF fan Tara Bush Home 0101. "What a beautiful gift. It must have been so much work to make and is so thoughtful," commented longtime fan _Traer. "I adore GH. 45 years of watching you. I am incredibly grateful for all of the joy, tears, laughing, and company you have given me throughout the years. Blessings to you." The fan PJ Retiree 24 recommended that Brittany offer miniature GH set reproductions on Etsy. A number of General Hospital co-stars expressed their admiration for Watt-Rose by swiftly like the Instagram post. Paige Herschel, Laura Wright, Jacqueline Grace Lopez, Adrian Anchondo, Carlo Roa, Perry Shin, Van Hansis, and Finola Hughes were among them. For Rory Gibson's impending nuptials, Ryan Pavey of GH utilized his unexpected hidden talent. Ryan Pavey played a significant part in Rory Gibson's impending marriage by creating his wedding ring. Ryan Pavey, star of General Hospital, has a significant role in Rory Gibson's impending nuptials, but it's not what fans might anticipate. Ahead of the big day, the actor is using his undiscovered gift to add a personal touch that will make the party even more memorable. Important takeaways. Ryan Pavey is most recognized for his work on the Hallmark Channel and General Hospital. For his co-star Rory Gibson, he made a wedding ring by hand on his Instagram story. Gibson announced the news with the handcrafted art brand Fortunate Wanderer. Pavey has made a name for himself as a jeweler. The ring is intended for Gibson's impending nuptials with Alicia Ruelas. Ryan Pavey's hidden talent revealed by Rory Gibson. Gibson shared a screenshot of his video call with Pavey on his Instagram stories. According to an Entertainment Now report, the actor was seen tinkering on Gibson's wedding band in the screenshot. In the post, Gibson said, "The homie making my wedding ring." The ring is intended for Gibson's impending marriage to Alicia Ruelas. After more than 10 years of dating, the couple were engaged in October 2022. In the meantime, Pavey has found a creative outlet in jewelry making. He made the pastime a career outside of working on Hallmark films and soap operas. It resulted in the founding of his San Diego, California-based outdoor business, Fortunate Wanderer. How Pavey switched to jewelry making in 2022. Pavey discussed his passion for jewelry making with Just Jared. He acknowledged that at the time he was looking for another creative outlet. During the epidemic, Pavey observed that a lot of people were searching for a hobby or creative outlet. According to Pavey, everyone around the studio was kind of starting to get into some sort of hobby. The women were all crocheting and doing other crafts. I thought, yeah, alright. At the time, Pavey had no idea how to make jewelry, so she said, I need to do something. Despite acknowledging that he wasn't instantly good at it, he persisted in trying. He fell in love with the craft as he began to create various pieces. The degree of difficulty a project needs to have in order to give you that rush starts to ratchet up as you get better and better at it. Pavey continued sharing his passion on social media. The Hallmark celebrity frequently posts about his jewelry making process and finished items on social media. The process of creating the sailor pendant started with a sketch which Pavey posted on Instagram at the beginning of December. His brilliance astounded his admirers. Wow, it is so gorgeous. Someone commented, you have such talent. Another person said, I really adore this one. This one is gorgeous and will have one. Red heart, red heart, red heart, red heart, red heart. Great job. Clapping hands, smiling face with heart eyes. Can Nathan help Anna and Emma? Anna Dean's situation is becoming worse. She is still imprisoned in the depths of Windmere and the mission to convince her that she is insane is well underway. Even though Anna tells herself that this isn't happening, Faison continues to speak to her and there are indications of him all around. Emma, meantime, has had enough. She initially thought her grandma was simply on a WSB assignment, but now she has a strong feeling that something is seriously wrong, and she is resolved to take something. Emma and Gio seek Nathan's assistance in order to do this. But is it really such a smart idea? Nathan's homecoming seems off in some way, and it must have something to do with Faison, Sidwell, and Cullum. Emma and Gio might not be able to trust Nathan. Jack informs Jocelyn that she has been deactivated and should avoid Spoon Island, but she still manages to get an invitation and start sneaking around. Unfortunately, Ava discovers her before she can travel very far. According to spoilers, Jocelyn enlists the aid of an unlikely individual. Does she convince Ava that Lucas might be in danger? Ava is devoted to her nephew and would stop at nothing to support him. Jason is perplexed by Britt's ploy when she becomes enraged with him and declares that she no longer wants to see him. She had recently asked him out on a date and insisted that he wear his blue suit, but now she has completely changed her mind. Carly shares her suspicions with Jason as Britt storms off. Carly informs Jason that something doesn't seem right with Britt since she is aware that Britt deliberately provoked a confrontation with her. According to teasers, Jason will later confront Britt. Will he be able to help her at last if he can persuade her to tell him the truth? Cosette Abernathy from General Hospital celebrates her birthday on the set at the General Hospital studio. Abernathy, who portrays Scout Cain, celebrated her birthday in Scout's reality. Her parents manage her Instagram account where she posted memories from her day in stories. Scout from General Hospital turns 13 in real life. The young actress posted a photo of herself outside the studio's dressing rooms with the message, "Turning 13 on set." She also posted a video of the cast and staff serenading her with happy birthday as she entered the studio. In the video, Kate Mooney, who portrays Scout's Aunt Christina Corinthos Davis, could be seen singing along. Monsi wished her younger co-star a happy birthday and posted a photo of herself, Abernathy, and Nancy Lee Grahn. Mooney showed Abante sketching on the tablecloth inside the Bobby's restaurant set. It's not necessarily a spoiler because it's unknown if the picture was taken on set that day. On her Instagram stories, Abernathy reposted birthday greetings from friends and supporters, including teammates of a club travel soccer team that she regularly shares content about on her account. Since 2022, the nearly teenage daughter of Sam McCall and Drew Cain has been admitted to General Hospital. She had multiple appearances in skits on Jimmy Kimmel Live and on the television shows The Rookie, Feds, and Superstore prior to moving to Port Charles. During a challenging year in the preteen girl's life, Abernathy portrayed Scout. After losing her mother, Scout learned that her father had been shot and almost murdered. Then, while welcoming Willow into the home as her stepmother, she participated in the wedding as he wed the lady who was on trial for shooting him. Her father was preventing her from seeing the rest of her family during this time, especially her aunts, grandmother, Alexis, and elder brother Danny. Despite frequently appearing older and wiser than Scout, Abernathy has done a fantastic job of evoking Scout's loneliness in the absence of her family. Following Drew's stroke, she will now have to deal with further grief. Scout has not yet learned that her father is in the hospital once more, battling for his life, which will provide Abante with further drama as the January 22 episode progresses. On the other hand, since Willow consented to let Scout stay with Alexis, she will probably be spending more time with her family. Additionally, Danny might spend more time with her. Whatever occurs in Scout's life, the young actress will undoubtedly show us every emotion and heart she has on General Hospital. A belated happy birthday to Abernathy from Soap Central. Anna Dean woke up in pain in a sealed chamber away from the daylight. Sharp and confusing, it blossomed in her veins. Before she could control her fright, she tried to move but was restrained. She blinked against her blurry eyesight and rasped, "I don't know who you are." "I need a doctor who understands my condition," she said when her vision finally cleared. "Listen," Anna muttered. The woman's smile was almost perfect, almost convincing. He insisted. Anna felt a chill run down her spine. "Faison is dead." Cruel, well-known laughter resounded. Before she could scream, darkness seized her once more. "You and I both know better." The woman's expression changed as she left the room. The tenderness disappeared. The illusion vanished. She quietly informed Pascal, "The treatment is working. She believes what we want her to believe." "Well," he said. "She's prepared for the next stage." The real Lissel Albrecht was fighting with her daughter at General Hospital. Lissel protested, "You carried him. He was born to you." Britt Westbourne crossed her arms and said, "That matters. I served as a stand-in. Rocco is a family man." "Because you keep choosing to disappear," Lissel retorted. "And I am not part of it." "Because you learned that from me." Britt was taken aback by the revelation. As she talked of regrets and years spent pursuing a man who devoured everything he touched, Lissel's voice faltered a little. She pleaded with Britt not to make the same mistakes twice and not to flee when things got hard. Lissel's laughing was the purest sound in the room when Britt later asked her to order the jersey. In other places, Alexis Davis was seated across from Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor, whose stance was marked with frustration. "You trust us," Trina remarked. "So why do you not take any action?" Alexis answered. "Because it's not my role. It is my responsibility to protect my customer. Turner's role is to bring charges. And suppose Michael is found guilty of anything Willow did, Cain inquired. Alexis remained unflinching. The truth will then need to be revealed in a different way. But not today. Dante Falconer was speaking to Chase in a similar but much less courteous manner. Dante declared, I'm reopening everything, every file, each and every clip. And if Willow is guilty, Chase pushed. Dante answered, then I'll keep digging. Because if she's innocent, the only thing that frees her is proving Michael did it. The statement lingered between them, carrying consequences that neither man wished to completely address. Nina Reeves showed up at Drew and Willow's house without warning and without apology. She had no faith in Drew. She had never done so. And exchanging jabs with him while standing in his living room just strengthened that instinct. He was accused by Na of controlling the story and pressuring Willow to take the stage in order to clean up his mess. Drew claimed that she wanted her daughter to be found guilty so she could intervene as a savior. They didn't realize how similar their voices sounded. The decision reverberated throughout the courthouse, affecting each person in a different way. It was relief for some, outrage for others. It was confirmation for Drew. Drew felt the last piece come together as Willow stood up and the jury was dismissed by the judge. Now he recalled the sound, the ring tone, the light's angle. When she whispered his name, her voice was steady. He remained silent. Not quite yet. Because vengeance is best served when it is fully developed, much like memory. Willow, who was grinning through tears as everyone praised her, was unaware that the man she had married in order to rescue herself had suddenly turned into the one person who could totally ruin her. Caitlin McMullen of GH accepts Willow's perilous side. Caitlin McMullen adopted a Willow persona that prioritizes preparation over performance and never lets the mask fall in front of the wrong people. Drew was diagnosed with a stroke shortly after arriving at General Hospital in poor condition. Willow had inserted a needle into his neck a few hours prior, but she immediately returned to concern. The narrative had already moved from whether Drew would survive to who was influencing the result by the time the diagnosis started to take hold. Caitlin McMullen, who portrayed Willow, delved deeply into the most recent chaos occurring in Port Charles. Key takeaways. According to Caitlin McMullen, the injection scene was a meticulously planned technical stunt. Rather than acting on instinct, Willow's actions demonstrate preparation and aim. Willow pretends to be devastated at the hospital in order to persuade those around her. McMullen carefully controlled every response as she leaned into Willow's role in the narrative. Willow moves past moral uncertainty and into aggressive manipulation as a result of the darker turn. Taking the stab seriously, McMullen discussed filming the injection scene with Soap Opera Digest. According to her, it was a technical task that required everyone to be locked in and willing to commit once the cameras were up. It was also practiced and blocked. To be honest, we just had a blast, she said, adding, it's a stunt technically, and anytime there's a stunt, there's so much that goes into it. It's all coordinated and planned. She found out about the stabbing around the same time she found out Willow was going to be identified as Drew's shooter, a pairing that made clear the extent of what the story was asking of her. Here, there was no gradual degradation of sympathy, no relaxing into moral gray. The injection nearly gave Willow an additional option to respond in a way that was still reactive, even if she was already beyond the line. After originally interpreting the gesture as deadly, McMullen changed her perspective, viewing it more as a means of stopping Drew without erasing him than as an attempt to kill him. That demonstrated preparation and malevolent intent, pushing Willow far beyond the bounds of impulse or range. Performing devastation, Willow had to convince everyone that she was shocked when Drew was admitted to the hospital. Leaning into that tension, McMullen described the hospital scenes as Willow performing a role within the narrative while continuously examining herself. She remarked, it was really fun to play, particularly the notion that Willow had to persuade herself just as much as anybody else. This content forced McMullen to step outside of her comfort zone after 7 years in the position, and she welcomed it. She described being both excited and nervous, learning new aspects of Willow by observing how she responded to pressure rather than morality. The audience's decisions were made conceivable once they realized the truth. The smirks, the constraint, and the moments of contempt weren't coincidental. McMullen acknowledged that there is a hint of black humor woven into the intensity. She stated, "I'm glad there is some humor along with the craziness," but she also indicated that the worst might still be in store. Willow is upset about Drew's unlikely recovery because Scout is moving in with Alexis. When it was announced that Scout Cordine would be moving in with Alexis Davis, Willow Cain grieved over Drew Cain's improbable recovery. Harrison Chase and Dante Falconer met in the PCPD's interrogation room where Falconer disclosed the findings of internal affairs investigation. Despite Chase's policy violations, there was no proof of corruption and he had not broken any laws. Dante disclosed that Chase would have to return to his role as a patrol officer after being demoted rather than dismissed. Dante thought there had to be repercussions after Chase flew off the handle and he proposed that he could retrain to be a detective. But Chase believed he was being penalized for being correct about the Willow case. Dante refused to back down and let Chase decide whether or not to accept this demotion. Chase informed Nathan West that he might want to start looking for a new companion as he stormed off. After learning that Chase was no longer a detective, Nathan found out that Dante would be depending more on him. When Jack Brennan personally visited Jocelyn Jacks at her apartment to inform her that she had been deactivated and that Britt Westbourne was their new Spoon Island asset, she was taken aback. Brennan revealed that director Ross Cullum had arrived from the European division against Jocelyn's objections. Knowing that Jocelyn would be disposable to someone like Cullum, Brennan had concealed her identity and all of her details in a dossier. Now that she was on sleeper status, Jocelyn was advised to keep her distance from Lucas Jones. However, Joss went straight to GH pretending to assist Lucas and Carly Spencer in reconciling. After making his rounds, Lucas invited Jocelyn to Windmere and indicated Pascal was out of town. Jocelyn accepted. Tracy Cordine offered to be Jason Morgan's alibi for anything he did to Drew at the Cordmain estate. But Jason insisted he had nothing to do with his brother's stroke. After learning of the Drew news, Danny Morgan became concerned for Scout. Jason reasoned that Alexis might be able to assist Danny with seeing his sister. Britt went downstairs to Bobby's and saw Colum meeting with Lulu Spencer and Rocco Falconer. Lulu simply believed Professor Henry Hank Dalton ran away following the break-in and Rocco frame-up drama. But Colum had concerns about his departure. In case Lulu and Rocco remembered anything else, Colum gave them his card. Britt told Carly nearby that she wanted to personally inform her that she was leaving that area. Carly became enraged as soon as Britt disrespected the establishment and mentioned Bobby Spencer. As Colum loomed over Britt, it became a debate over Jason. Carly eventually recognized that Britt had baited her into this altercation as she continued to press her buttons and she needed an explanation. Britt yelled about Jason's duty to her and denied inciting Carly into this altercation. Britt yelled that Carly had just reminded her of why she didn't want to interact with Jason when he intervened. After Kevin Collins and Ace Cassadine moved to Dublin, Elizabeth Baldwin stopped by Laura Collins' workplace to see how she was doing. Laura was uncomfortable when Lulu showed up later with some updates. When Laura discovered that Colum had been questioning Lulu and Rocco about Professor Dalton's disappearance, she became quietly upset. After returning to the Quartermain home, Chase tossed Tracy's back and said across the room. When Tracy discovered Chase tidying everything up and heard out what had happened, she reacted sympathetically and thought he had a lot to discuss with Brooklyn Cordham. Willow went to Alex's office in the meantime, where she disclosed Drew's stroke and questioned how to deal with Scout. Alexis felt that it would be best if her granddaughter moved in with her for the time being and that she should explain Scout what had transpired. Before Alexis brought up the prospect of Scout seeing Danny, Willow agreed with everything. Willow was cautious about permitting additional visits because Drew might find out when he woke up, even though she was aware of Scout's prior encounter with her brother and kept Drew in the dark. Willow agreed with Alex's suggestion that they may revisit the conversation after learning more about Drew's prognosis. Later, Danny approached Alexis in the hopes that she could discuss his seeing Scout with Willow. Although Alexis acknowledged that she had already done so and that the timing wasn't ideal, she offered Danny some optimism for the future. Nina Reeves discussed Drew's positive and negative aspects with Kai Taylor at GH. Na remarked that perhaps Drew's medical situation may transform him even though she couldn't truly sever ties with Willow's spouse. Kai questioned it because Drew's perspective remained same after being shot. Nevertheless, Nina suggested that Kai wait to leave Drew's office because he could still be able to contribute there. When Willow showed there, she informed Nina of her scout choice and provided Kai the signature he need for a media statement regarding Drew. Lucas informed Willow of Drew's stroke severity following his consultation with the physician. Willow was aware that Drew would require intensive therapy to improve his speech and motor skills, but that a full recovery was doubtful. Willow continued to pretend to be a distressed wife while crying. Willow assured Na in private that she only wanted to make sure her husband received the treatment he deserved, despite Na's concerns that Willow might be forgiving Drew or beginning to love him again. As the plot develops, General Hospital spoilers indicate Willow may make some more startling decisions, so keep an eye out. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.